Hello again everyone and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host Derailious, and today we're going to be going over the first alpha of 2026, including swappable pet items as well as a bunch of other changes and bug fixes. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe, use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order, and use code RAIL or code MILK if you're picking up Hightail. Without any further ado though, let's get started. Starting off with the main tagline feature today, you can now swap pet items on the alpha, and you will actually get your original pet item back. So if I go to my golden dragon and I right click on it, I can replace my crochet tiger plushie with my Hephaestus relic, and it'll cost 250,000 coins. I can click it, and boom, I get the crochet tiger plushie, and now the Hephaestus relic is on my golden dragon. The cost of the swap process is based on the rarity of the item being replaced. So right now, if I try to replace my legendary Hephaestus relic with my epic crochet tiger plushie, it's 500k coins. If I try to swap back, it'll be 250k coins. If it's a common item on the left side, basically, it'll be 25k. If it's an uncommon item, it'll be 50. If it's a rare item, it'll be 100k. If it's an epic item, it'll be 250k, as you see here. If the item applied already is legendary, it'll be 500k. If it's mythic, it'll be 1 million coins. And if it's divine, it'll be 2.5 million coins. Both of those last two, by the way, are future-proofing. There's also a new item added to Plumber Joe called the Super Scrubber. You can pick it up and it costs 25,000 coins. Basically, this allows you to retrieve a pet item from the pet without actually applying another. As you can see, it does still cost the base swap cost, so you're not able to get out of paying that fee. But if you just want to remove a pet item and don't want to apply another, that is something you can do. There was also originally a major change to the Minos relic as well as the Hephaestus relic, in which they only increased combat stats. Now this has been reverted because they felt like it was going to lead to the Hephaestus relic as well as the Minos relic being in an awkward spot when compared to the Antique and Hephaestus remedies. In a manner akin to the Bal change from a few years back, they will bench it for the time being and revisit it in the future as part of some larger Magic Find changes that they'll have a design thread out for soon. This is very likely going to be taking Magic Find off of a lot of gear in the game, stuff like armor sets, weapons, pets, and moving it into more permanent sources so you don't have to swap your gear and stuff like that. Personally, I am for this, but the team should not have been trying to make these changes in small batches when it just felt like nerfs. Something like this should come alongside a major Magic Find update instead of just being shoehorned into this update, where it just feels like we're reducing Magic Find for the sake of it. Heading over to the forums, we can see that there are a lot of patch notes here, but I'm not going to go over every single one of them because many of them are just smaller changes, but I do recommend you check them out. I will have them linked down below. I will go over some of the bigger changes though. Most notably, to start off here with the other pet item changes, they've changed the rarity of a few different pet items, notably moving stuff around like the Quick Claw, the Washed Up Souvenir, and the Dwarf Turtle Shellmet. They've also adjusted the rarity of all Mythic upgrading pet items to Mythic, which makes a lot of sense, and they've also disabled the recombobulation of pet items. Some of the bigger general changes to go over, they've added a tool level requirement to the Overclocker 3000, so now you need to have a tool at level 40 or higher in order to apply an Overclocker. They've added shapeless crafting recipes for enchanted cookies. They've added sparrow and seagull shard recipes to the recipe book and quick crafting. They've added support for Bal in the boss spawn pet rule. They've added wet books to the hex, and all 10 hot potato books now must be applied before applying any fuming potato books. They've also expanded the Oasis zone on the farming islands to include the other pools of water, and it is a lot better now. They've gave the royal resident a better name overall to avoid confusion between them when they visit your garden, which is also good to see. They've increased the jungle pickaxe heart of the mountain requirement from level 3 to 4. Pests now have 2 stamina bars when lassoing since kill credit is granted. They've removed the mushroom desert travel pet rule, and stereo pants music discs no longer count as a treasure catch, and now give a custom message when fished up instead. Moving right along, we have item fixes. They fixed the Gauntlet of Contagion, giving more drops than intended when killing multiple different mobs at the same time. Very interesting to see. They also fixed Sorrow Armor, giving permanent invisibility in some cases. They fixed Tarantula Silk, showing it needs Spider Slayer 2 instead of 7. And they fixed items such as the Soul Esso Ward and apples being deleted when dropped. The team has also fixed being able to stack Ferocity by attacking other players using the Fatal Tempo enchant, They fixed bonuses that increase Vanquisher spawn chance, sometimes reducing the chance for it to spawn. They fixed cocoons spawning Slayer bosses on the player, which is really funny to see. They fixed ferocity procs damaging Shellwises. They fixed fishing rods unable to damage spooky mobs. They fixed knockback resistance not being properly removed in some cases, such as when unequipping the slime hat. They fixed the Tarantula Broodfather having infinite health regeneration, which is very nice to see. They've also fixed the Lifeline attribute dealing more damage than intended. I think now it's an additive damage reduction instead of a multiplicative damage reduction in the form of defense, so it's going to be a lot weaker, but frankly, it was very strong for a very long time. There are also a lot of skill-related fixes I want to go over. They fixed being unable to break the bottom half of custom crops with Replenish. They fixed certain crop hoes unlocking at the wrong garden levels. They fixed custom crops not being loaded properly along plot borders. That one was a particularly annoying one. They fixed the delicate enchantment not working properly, which is great to see. It wasn't working on custom crops. They fixed some pests not giving shards. They fixed sunflower minions not being categorized as farming type. And they fixed Vargle showing up as a garden visitor even when the Great Spook is not active. There's also a bunch of foraging and hunting related fixes. Some of the biggest ones include now black holes won't spawn Slayer bosses on top of the player. They fixed the black hole and lasso not granting loot and bestiary credit in certain cases. They fixed hunting recipes not being shown in the recipe book, so now there's actually the recipes there for stuff like hunt axes. They fixed the fighting boosters giving a higher damage boost than intended. They fixed the forest training perk only being applied outside of foraging islands instead of only on them, which is very weird to see. And they fixed Shellwise giving less shards to loot sharers. For mining, they fixed the Crystal Serendipity attribute not working on Crystal Hollow's lock-pickable chests. They fixed the Gemstone Gauntlet's Forge Time Reduction ability having a hidden 2-second cooldown. Why did it have a cooldown? They've also fixed the Better Together event, sometimes reducing your mining speed. They've also made it so that top cobblestone slabs are breakable in glaciite mine shafts. Lastly, we have miscellaneous fixes. /call now works when typing in recipient names with multiple words. We also have the recipes for the Lush Lilac Bonbon as well as the Epic Griffin Upgrade Stone. Both of those are now fixed. They've also made it so that the Enchanted Coal Block NPC sell price is more accurate. It's 25.6k now. And they've made a bunch of other smaller changes, as you could see throughout. Definitely some interesting ones here. I also wanted to bring up a few more changes that the team has not made yet, but does seem to be aware of for the future. Notably, there is the Warty change. They are looking at making those a little bit more common. They're also looking at the Rare Finder chip. Apparently, you're not able to get those from the new crops, so that will be fixed. There's also going to be changes to the Bachelor's Rose. Right now, you're not able to use them on Jerry's as well as the Mayor's, and that kind of sucks because there are drops from those NPCs that you will need to get, and that will be fixed as well. Anyway, my name's Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.